Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red. In the last episode, we went down Cycling Road, battled some bikers and whatnot, and made Fuchsia City. In this episode, we're going to explore Fuchsia City, like we always do for every new town we enter. This house, right here is Bill's grandfather, which I'm sure a lot of you already know, and Gold and Silver, in which he'll keep asking you whatever Pokemon to bring him. And also the only place, well, if you were playing the original Gold and Silver, not Crystal, just Gold and Silver. The only kind of way in which you would have to get those evolutionary stones. In Kanto, yes, after being the champion. And right here, that's, that's Warden right here. Apparently he's talking in some weird gibberish because his teeth are gone. Well, he has no teeth. Well, actually, yeah, we could probably say that he did have teeth, but he lost them. And that's Fishing Guru's older brother. I think he'll give you the good rod, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is a good rod. It is much better than the old rod. It'll catch other water type other than Magikarp. Well, sometimes it'll catch Magikarp, but it'll catch, like, a better Pokemon besides Magikarp, basically. Since using the old rod, you'll mostly be catching Magikarp, well, pretty much all the time. So, Fuchsia City is pretty interesting. There's some stuff to see around here. Slowpoke's very knowledgeable. Yeah, apparently the Warden's name is Slowpoke. Well, not really. He's actually given an official name in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Which is kind of weird to pronounce. Balba is how it's pronounced? Yeah, it's Balba. Yeah, kind of a weird name to pronounce, but whatever. I still like the name Slowpoke because it's funny like that. So anyway, some stuff to see around in Fuchsia City. There's a guy waiting for a girl named Sarah. Her name is Slowpoke, friendly and very slow-moving. So yeah, basically we're just taking a look at the Pokémon Zoo in this city. This one's Chansey. Catching one is up to chance. Chansey right here is a normal type. First time we're seeing one. Next one over there is Voltorb, the very image of the Pokeball, and very, very creative design, I should say, by the one and only Game Freak. And once it evolves, it just turns upside down. That is very smart and knowledgeable. I give a lot of props to Game Freak. And that is Lapras, aka the King of the Seas. There's actually only one Lapras you can get, but it is given to you, so don't worry about it. But it is a very good Pokemon. I think I've actually used it before. I think, yeah, I've used Lapras a few times. And up here we have Kangaskhan, a maternal Pokemon that raises its young in a pouch on its belly. Which we've already seen before. And on the left, last but not least, Ammonite, a Pokemon that was resurrected from a fossil. And that is, and that Ammonite will be resurrected from the Helix fossil. That is the opposite fossil that we got, because earlier we ever see the Dome fossil that revives into a Pokemon called Kabuto. Now, if you picked out the Helix fossil instead of the Dome fossil, then Kabuto will be in that area, taking Ammonite's place. And vice versa. And yeah, something I didn't actually mention about Chansey. Chansey is, well, because its Japanese name is Lucky, or its name is Chansey, it actually does live up to its name. Chansey is luck-based. It is, like, so luck-based it's not even funny. So, good luck with trying to catch it. Because if you actually manage to catch it, well, you know, it was kind of a fluke. You're just pretty much lucky. So, anyway, so enough of the sightseeing here. And now we are in the Fuchsia City Gym. The leader is Koga. I remember what the sign said, the Poisonous Ninja Master. And since he is a ninja, pretty much all the trainers are, well, their trainer class isn't ninja. There's no such thing as... Wait, yeah, there is. There was Ninja Boy. That was in, Gens 3 and 4. There was a Ninja Boy. Yeah, I remember that. But, like, not like adult ninjas. This guy right here is a juggler. Jugglers, well, they normally specialize in psychic types, I should say. I think they do. But jugglers can get pretty annoying, at least in this generation. I can't really remember if they did that in the remakes. Jugglers are very well known as they constantly switch their Pokemon, like that. Like, sometimes they'll have their Pokemon attack, but most of the time they'll be switching their Pokemon around, so the battles against them can be pretty annoying, and they can very much drag. And they also take forever as well. Well, sometimes they do. Well, that one battle I'm about to have with the Juggler that I didn't cut off, of course. Actually, no, it's this one, because this Kadabra here is spamming Recover. I don't think I knocked down that Drowsy yet, but yeah, not only is he gonna keep on withdrawing his Pokemon, but that Kadabra will probably spam Recover, because I did that a lot during my recording session of this episode. I know that in another battle, it kind of takes a long time. Another battle against that one Juggler. Not sure if it's this one, though. So if that's the one, then that's where I would have to, that's where I would speed it up. Because I didn't want this battle to just drag on so much and just make you guys fall asleep, and not to mention me running out of things to say. See, there it goes. It's spamming Recover. I seriously hate it when they do that. Okay, yeah, that's where I speed things up. Because I just didn't want this battle to just drag on forever. Well, not necessarily forever, but you know what I mean. It's going to be very much of a drag. But honest to God, I really hate it when my opponent keeps spamming Recover, because the battle takes forever because of that, and it's just freaking annoying. It's entirely frustrating at the same time as well. But thankfully it's not using Recover right now. It did just... Okay, well now it's using it because it's, because Kadabra is below... It was below halfway HP. So I would have to apologize, but hey, at least I spared you some time for you guys. Okay, good, just use Confusion instead of Recover, but... I decided not to use Super Potion even though Mizu is at critical health. And I grew to level 31. Because if I did that, then I was pretty sure I was going to use Recover again, and then the battle would just keep going on. So I had to avoid that, but... You know, it was almost to the brink of fainting, so I just had to use a finishing blow like Quick Attack. It was a good thing that I had Quick Attack, or Mizu knows Quick Attack, since it is a priority +1 move. Anyway, so, yeah, I know it's been quite a long time. I'm still on the Pokemon menu screen, trying to debate which Pokemon should go next. We have another Juggler. So anyways, yeah, I've been gone for a long time because, well, last time I checked on my update video about me going away, it had no views at all. So I guess you guys didn't necessarily, know where I was going. Oh, and this is our first encounter with Hypno, by the way. Hypno is the evolved form of Drowsy. Everybody knows Hypno if you've read creepypastas about it. Because, yeah, Hypno, there's been a lot of, like, creepypastas. Well, actually, no. A lot of Pokédex entries about Hypno, about how it tends to steal children and hypnotizes them. As a matter of fact, it actually does happen in FireRed and LeafGreen. Well, a bit of a spoiler. Well, not so much, but I will say it is a bit of a spoiler, but... later in FireRed and LeafGreen, only in those versions, you'll go to, one of the, Sevi Islands. I think it was 3 Island, and there was that one forest. You'll find a little girl, and apparently she was being attacked by a Hypno. So, yeah, that pretty much proves the point about how, utterly disturbing Hypno can be. Yeah. So, anyway, back to my kind of story. So yeah, since that video didn't have any views, I guess you guys didn't really know where I've been for the past 3 weeks. Where I've been to. I was in Alaska for a vacation. I mean, I went to, I've been around the main parts of Alaska for 1 week. And then in the second week, we were on the cruise by sailing to other different parts of Alaska, like those other old towns in that state. And then on the third week, we basically left Alaska. surprising news for you guys. I actually did go to Canada. Yes, I kid you not, I actually visited Canada. Thing was Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver, Canada. My very first time being in that country, because I actually wanted to go over there for quite some time. Of course, it wasn't actually the first time I went to a different country that is not the United States. Because, back in 2011, I did visit the Bahamas, which were basically just some, islands like, St. Thomas or St. Martin. But yeah, other than that, though, I actually did visit Canada, and it was very exciting for me, well, at the same time, just, well, a little bit disappointing for me. Why disappointing? Because, well, as much as I was so excited for, like, the fact that I did go to Canada, I wasn't able to try any, like, any of the restaurants that would be exclusive to that country, because, apparently my mother just didn't want to spend money, and, well, kind of a long story about that, but bottom line is, I was disappointed that I wasn't able to try the, Canada exclusive restaurants. Instead, I only had Domino's Pizza, which is, of course, a chain restaurant, so, yeah, pretty disappointing there. But it did feel great just being in Canada. I really loved it there. It was just great. And then for about 3 days, I was in Seattle, Washington. Yeah, I will say that kind of an interesting city, I should say. I mean, no offense there, but it was a pretty interesting city. I mean, entirely different. Of course, it would take some time to get used to for me, because it is the West Coast, and people on the West Coast are very different. Considering the fact that I do live in the East Coast, like way down in Florida. But I still had a good time in Seattle. It was still fun to go to. Lots of places to see. I had a good time there. I will have to say, though, that I kind of half enjoyed the vacation, but other half didn't enjoy. My half enjoyment of the vacation is that, like, just the overall experience, but the other half of how I, didn't enjoy, well, I bet if you probably, followed me on Twitter, you probably know by now, let's just say there's quite a bit of family drama, and I had to deal with that a lot. Well, it was me, so. Anyway, I guess that's about it, like, pretty much all I should say about my, vacation. But I'm back after a full 3 weeks. I know I was absent for those weeks, but I'm finally back, and now I'm going back to doing more Let's Plays of Pokemon. So, if you're looking forward to that, I was looking forward to that too. It's good to be getting back to doing some Let's Plays like I've been doing, so. Anyway, back to the game here. I've rambled on too long about the vacation. We are just now battling these, Tamers. And they're only seen in Gen 1 and the remakes. Tamers, well, of course, another one of those trainers that you can see with their whips. Which is what this game's reputation is. Razor Leaf, cool! I'm going to replace Vine Whip with Razor Leaf because it is more powerful. There we go. So anyway, something about Tamers. Tamers specialize in version-exclusive Pokemon, like they'll just be using Sandslash, which is exclusive to Blue, and Arbok, which is exclusive to Red. So not any other kind of types, just. I think that's all they'll actually use, just Sandslash and Arbok, since they're both version exclusives. And I also did see how I landed that Horn Drill successfully. Yeah, I've been seeing, like, in the last episode, like when I recorded the footage, I actually did manage to land a successful hits to Horn Drill, and somehow I did again. I must be so lucky. I'm very lucky with these hits of Horn Drill. Since they have very low accuracy, somehow I was able to hit the Pokemon with Horn Drill. I must be very lucky. I don't know how. I must be very lucky. Hey, if I'm lucky, then I guess that means I get to catch Chansey. Not really. Anyways, continuing on, the gym guide already did tell us the gimmick, and you already know by now about these invisible walls. Now, here's the catch, though. if you were playing the original Game Boy version, like the very original Game Boy, if you're playing this game, the walls will be completely invisible, and you have to figure things out yourself. Like, if you just hit a wall right there, then you just have to find your own path. It's actually a lot more challenging if you did play it on the original Game Boy. So you just have to figure things out yourself. But, if you actually did play the game on other consoles, like the Game Boy Color, and since I'm playing this on the Game Boy Player that plays Game Boy Advance games... Drop my balls! Okay, yeah, I had to show that off. I just had to, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, that was the infamous line here. And, yeah, now we made it to Koga. I'm not gonna do the, talking right here. Yeah, show us the true terror of a ninja master. Hey, ninjas are cool. They are terrifying like that, so... Anyways, here we have Koga. And yeah, as the, signer there replies, they do, specialize in, well, he does specialize in poison types, so, they are weakened by psychic and ground types, and you, just make sure that you don't bring any, grass types. Well, Tangela specifically, though, since it's the only, pure grass type. Because up until Gen 6, poison types can have a better advantage against grass types. Only the pure grass types. Specifically Tangela in this generation. Only Tangela. So, yeah, poison types weren't all that useful back then. But that all changed in Gen 6 thanks to the fairy type. So anyways, we just knock down that Koffing, and now we have Muck, and Koga will keep on spamming X attacks. And of course, if you were playing FireRed and LeafGreen, since Gen 3 is where they introduced abilities, and therefore, the Koffing line would have the ability Levitate, which makes it impossible for you to use ground-type moves, so you would only have to use psychic types against Koffing or Weezing. Anyway, I was trying to go on about the gimmick for the Fuchsia Gym. Yeah, those invisible walls. If you were playing the other consoles, like the Game Boy Color, and I'm playing this on the Game Boy Player, you just have to look very closely into the screen, and you'll see these 4 dots on each of the tiles. Those are where the invisible walls are. So if you play those games, or if you play the game on those other consoles, then you'll probably have an easier time seeing where the invisible walls are, and that'll actually just make the challenge... That'll actually just make the gym puzzle look like a complete joke because of that. And you know what, surprisingly? The same thing applies to, I think Gold and Silver also had that as well, because you can still see the invisible walls there, as far as I remember correctly. But they also did that with FireRed and LeafGreen as well. Yeah, you can still be able to see the invisible walls in the remakes. So yes, it's only in the original Game Boy console in which it can be a bit challenging, but otherwise, the gym is a complete and utter joke. And I fail with that one. Okay, I thought I failed with the horn drill, and Weezing decided to commit suicide by using Selfdestruct. Oh yes, Koga, I have proven my worth. I have proven my worth by you having your Weezing commit suicide by using Selfdestruct. So yeah, if that were to go by that, then yeah, you could say that that's accurate. I proven my worth. Hey everybody, guess what? I've proven my worth by that Weezing using Selfdestruct with no effort coming from me at all. Yes, victory right there for me. That's an A+. Wouldn't you say? I actually did deserve that soul badge. Yeah. That was just random. Yeah. That was random. It actually was. Okay then, so we got the soul badge and some sort of, abnormal victory. But yeah, I think what he said with the soul badge, yeah, like he said, if you have the soul badge, then you'll be able to use the move Surf outside of battle, which is a useful HM move. It's one of those good HM moves I like to use a lot. Well, usually on my water-type Pokemon. And what he gave us was TM06, which contains Toxic. Toxic is actually a bit more powerful than Well, it only inflicts poison on the opponent, but it is actually more powerful than regular poison status. Because if it's afflicted with, if your opponent's afflicted with toxic, then its HP will go down like harder than regular poison. So, anyways, yeah, that was a gym battle against Koga. Quite ironic, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Okay. I guess so. We should be congratulated for that rather strange victory. How we should put it, especially considering Weezing is its strongest Pokemon, but it barely did anything. It was like, yeah, screw this shit. I'm out of here. Yeah, self-destruct. And then we just won that way. Yeah, you used your last Pokemon, your strongest Pokemon, your very last-ditch effort, and you just have to commit suicide, and therefore I have proven my worth, quote-unquote. So, anyways, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Red, what we're going to do is that we're going to enter the Safari Zone, because we have not done that yet. Although I was always planning on doing so after battling Koga. Because we actually do, well, even though the Safari Zone, it may seem like a little distraction, but it actually isn't, because it actually is required for us to go there. So that's what we're going to do. But I will be showing that off as well. So, anyways, until the next time, see you guys later. Jeez.